In a world that's constantly shifting, how do we find our footing? Today, we're diving into a core tenet of Stoic philosophy that's more relevant than ever: embracing change. We'll explore how the ancient Stoics viewed change, why they saw it as an opportunity rather than a threat, and how we can apply their timeless wisdom to our modern lives. So let's embark on this journey of transformation together. 1. The nature of change. Change is the only constant. This isn't just a modern cliché. It's a fundamental truth recognized by the Stoics thousands of years ago. Heraclitus, a philosopher who influenced Stoic thought, famously said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice." Think about that for a moment. The river is never the same. Its waters are constantly flowing, its banks slowly eroding and reforming. Similarly, our lives are in constant flux. The Stoics understood that resistance to this natural flow of change often leads to suffering. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, wrote in his Meditations, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This profound insight reminds us that while we can't control the changes happening around us, we have full control over how we perceive and respond to them. Consider your own life. How often have you resisted change, only to find that it happened anyway? Perhaps it was a job loss, a relationship ending, or a move to a new city. In resisting, did you prolong your own discomfort? The Stoic approach invites us to shift our perspective, to see change not as a disruption to be feared, but as a natural part of life to be embraced. Let's delve deeper into this concept. Imagine you're standing on a beach, watching the waves crash against the shore. Each wave reshapes the sand, altering the landscape in subtle ways. You could spend your energy trying to stop the waves, to preserve the beach exactly as it is. But would that be productive? Would it even be possible? The Stoic answer is a resounding no. Instead, they would advise us to observe the waves, to understand their patterns, and to adapt our actions accordingly. This doesn't mean we should be passive in the face of change. Rather, it's about aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life. It's about recognizing that change is not just inevitable, but essential for growth and progress. Just as a tree must bend with the wind to avoid breaking, we too must learn to be flexible in the face of life's changes. 2. Change as opportunity. Now, let's reframe change as an opportunity for growth. Epictetus, another prominent Stoic philosopher, taught that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. When we view change as an opportunity rather than a threat, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. Think of change as a doorway. On one side is your comfort zone, familiar but limiting. On the other side lies potential growth, new experiences, and expanded horizons. Every time life presents us with change, it's offering us a chance to step through that doorway. For example, losing a job might initially seem like a disaster, but viewed through a Stoic lens, it becomes an opportunity to reassess your career path, develop new skills, or even pursue a long-held dream. A relationship ending can be seen as a chance for self-reflection and personal growth. Even small changes, like a disruption to your daily routine, can be opportunities to practice flexibility and adaptability. Let's explore this idea further with a thought experiment. Imagine you've just been informed that your company is relocating to a different city. Your initial reaction might be stress, anxiety, or frustration. But let's apply the Stoic perspective. 1. New location. Instead of focusing on what you're leaving behind, consider the new experiences and opportunities the new city might offer. 2. Career growth. This could be a chance to take on new responsibilities or negotiate a better position. 3. Personal development. Moving requires adaptability, organization, and resilience, all valuable skills to cultivate. 4. Relationships. You'll have the opportunity to meet new people and form new connections, potentially enriching your life in unexpected ways. 5. Fresh start. Use this as a catalyst to reassess your goals and habits, making positive changes in your life. By reframing the situation in this way, what initially seemed like a disruption becomes a multifaceted opportunity for growth and improvement. The key here is to train our minds to automatically seek the potential benefits in any change. This doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or difficulties. Rather, it's about acknowledging them while also actively looking for the hidden opportunities. With practice, this can become a natural response to change, allowing us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and optimism. 3. Accepting the impermanence of things. Central to the Stoic approach to change is the acceptance of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, and that's okay. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher and statesman, advised, "All things human are short-lived and perishable." This might sound pessimistic at first, but it's actually a liberating perspective. When we truly internalize the impermanence of things, we can appreciate them more deeply in the moment. Imagine holding a beautiful, delicate flower. Knowing it will wilt doesn't diminish its beauty. If anything, it enhances our appreciation of it. The same principle applies to all aspects of our lives. This acceptance of impermanence also helps us let go more easily when change comes. Whether it's a cherished possession, a role we've played, or a phase of life, understanding that all things are temporary can ease the pain of loss and help us move forward more gracefully. Let's explore this concept further through a practical exercise. Take a moment to think about 5 things in your life that you value highly. These could be relationships, achievements, possessions, or roles you play. Now, for each of these, reflect on the following. 1. How would you feel if this were to change or end tomorrow? 2. How can you appreciate this more deeply, knowing it's not permanent? 3. What lessons or growth could you take away if this were to change? This exercise isn't meant to induce anxiety or sadness. Instead, it's designed to help us cultivate a mindset of gratitude and presence, while also preparing us emotionally for the inevitability of change. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of regularly reminding ourselves of the impermanence of things. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, would tell himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This memento mori, remember you must die, practice wasn't morbid. Rather, it was a tool to help focus on what truly matters and to live more fully in the present. By accepting impermanence, we free ourselves from the futile struggle against change. We can hold things lightly, enjoying them fully while we have them, and letting them go when it's time. This doesn't mean we become detached or uncaring. On the contrary, we can engage more deeply with life, knowing that each moment is precious and unrepeatable. 4. Cultivating resilience. Through change. Embracing change isn't just about accepting it, it's about using it to build resilience. The Stoics saw life's challenges as training grounds for virtue. Each change we face is an opportunity to practice courage, wisdom, justice, and self-control. The 4 cardinal virtues of Stoicism. Think of yourself as an athlete in training. Each change is like a new exercise, strengthening your mental and emotional muscles. The more you practice facing change with equanimity, the more resilient you become. This resilience isn't about becoming hard or unfeeling. Rather, it's about developing the flexibility to bend without breaking. For instance, when faced with a sudden change in plans, instead of becoming frustrated, you can see it as a chance to practice adaptability. When confronted with a major life change, you can view it as an opportunity to exercise courage and wisdom in charting a new course. Let's break this down into practical steps you can take to build your resilience. 1. Start small. Begin by intentionally introducing small changes into your routine. Take a different route to work, try a new food, or rearrange your living space. These small exercises in adapting to change can build your flexibility muscle. 2. Reflect on past changes. Think about significant changes you've navigated in the past. What strengths did you discover? What lessons did you learn? Recognizing your past resilience can boost your confidence in facing future changes. 3. Practice voluntary discomfort. This is a classic Stoic exercise. Regularly do something that's slightly uncomfortable, like taking a cold shower or fasting for a day. This trains you to stay calm and centered, even when things aren't ideal. 4. Develop a growth mindset. When facing a change, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This shifts your focus from the discomfort of change to the potential for growth. 5. Cultivate emotional awareness. Pay attention to your emotional reactions to change. Can you observe your feelings without being overwhelmed by them? This skill, known as emotional intelligence, is crucial for resilience. 6. Build a support network. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth and can offer support during times of change. Remember, even Stoics valued community and friendship. 7. Practice mindfulness. Regular mindfulness meditation can help you stay grounded and centered, even when external circumstances are in flux. By consistently practicing these strategies, you'll find yourself becoming more adaptable and resilient over time. You'll start to approach change not with fear or resistance, but with curiosity and confidence. Remember, resilience is not about never feeling stressed or anxious about change. It's about being able to move through those feelings and come out stronger on the other side. 5. Taking action in the face of change. While the Stoics advocated for acceptance of change, they were far from passive. They believed in taking thoughtful, virtuous action. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This means that when change comes, we should focus on what we can control, our thoughts, judgments, and actions, and accept what we cannot. It's a call to be proactive rather than reactive. Instead of being swept along by the currents of change, we can choose our direction and swim. For example, if your industry is undergoing major changes, don't just wait to see what happens. Take action by updating your skills, networking, or exploring new opportunities. If you're going through personal changes, take steps to care for your physical and mental health, strengthen your relationships, or develop new interests. Let's explore a framework for taking action in the face of change. 1. Assess the situation. When change occurs, take a moment to step back and objectively evaluate what's happening. What aspects of this change can you influence, and what aspects are beyond your control? 2. Focus on your circle of influence. Identify the areas where you can make a difference and concentrate your energy there. This might involve acquiring new skills, adjusting your approach, or seeking out resources and support. 3. Set clear intentions. Based on your assessment, set clear, achievable goals for how you want to respond to the change. Make these goals focused on your actions rather than outcomes you can't control. 4. Create an action plan. Break down your goals into specific, manageable steps. What can you do today, this week, this month to move in your chosen direction? 5. Stay flexible. Remember that your plan may need to evolve as circumstances change. Regular reassessment and adjustment are key. 6. Practice self-care. Taking action doesn't mean running yourself into the ground. Ensure you're taking care of your physical and mental health as you navigate change. 7. Reflect and learn. Regularly take time to reflect on your experiences. What's working well? What could you do differently? How have you grown through this process? By following this framework, you're not just passively accepting change, but actively engaging with it in a way that aligns with your values and goals. This approach embodies the Stoic ideal of living virtuously and taking responsibility for our own lives, regardless of external circumstances. Remember, the goal isn't to control change itself. That's impossible. The goal is to control our response to change, to act with wisdom and integrity in the face of life's ever-shifting landscape. As Marcus Aurelius advised, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Recap. As we've explored the Stoic approach to change, we've seen how it offers a powerful framework for not just coping with change, but thriving in it. By understanding the nature of change, reframing it as an opportunity, accepting impermanence, building resilience, and taking purposeful action, we can navigate life's constantly shifting landscape with grace and wisdom. This approach doesn't promise an easy life free from challenges. Instead, it offers something far more valuable: the tools and perspective to meet life's changes head-on, to grow through them, and to find meaning and purpose even in difficult transitions. Conclusion: In embracing change, we embrace life itself. The Stoic perspective reminds us that change is not something to be feared or resisted, but a natural part of existence that offers continuous opportunities for growth and self-improvement. As you go forward from here, I challenge you to look at the changes in your life through this Stoic lens. See the opportunities hidden within challenges. Find the strength that comes from accepting impermanence. And above all, remember that while you can't control the winds of change, you can always adjust your sails. Implementing these Stoic principles takes practice and patience. You might find yourself falling back into old patterns of resisting change, and that's okay. The key is to keep returning to these ideas, to keep practicing, to keep growing. Each time you face change with a Stoic mindset, you're building your capacity for resilience and wisdom. As we conclude, I invite you to reflect on a change you're currently facing in your life. How can you apply the Stoic principles we've discussed to this situation? What opportunities for growth can you identify? What actions can you take to navigate this change with wisdom and virtue?